Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Gaynor.
Here we are, two of us. If Patreon is your thing, check out the link in the description below. Absolutely loads of stuff on there. Starts just $3 a month. We've got full watch-alongs to things like Modern Family. We've got Seinfeld. We've got F is for Family. We've got Welcome to Wrexham. We've got Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Everything, all week. It's something on every day. Yeah. And it's, like I say, it starts $3 a month. And we're just finishing season 5 of Modern Family, which is the wedding. Cam and can't remember his bloody name now. Name escapes me anyway. It's the wedding anyway. Yeah. It's a great show. This is inside the 10 weirdest homes on Zillow.
I love looking on sites like Zillow.
You look at. You're always telling me about new houses we should get.
Yeah.
What about a house here? What about a house there? Constantly, all the time.
And you just shoot me down all the time.
I don't. I always say, yep, commute there's too long, or this is too long, or the people there's no pubs, and things like that. Give you all the information that we need to know. But
I found one today that's perfect, and it's walking distance.
Is it in America?
No.
Oh, not interested then. Inside the 10 weirdest homes on Zillow. Let's go.
Zillow is great. Who doesn't love spending an hour browsing homes you can't afford until you find one that you can afford? Yep, this is home. One of the best things about Zillow is that anybody can post to it. All you need is a property you don't want anymore and an internet connection. But with such convenience, you are bound to get some very interesting listings. Today we are taking a look at the top 10 craziest, most bizarre homes on Zillow. Currently listed as of January 2025. So without further ado, let's kick it off at number 10, the Sleeper House. Our list starts in East Brunswick, New Jersey, where for $769,000 you can buy a fairly modest family home. This house features 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, an in-ground pool, and oh my goodness.
That's like our house in Lincroft.
Was a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it had the garage on the side, and it was very...
Oh, mirrors. I'm not sure about that.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, it's a little bit mirrored, that, isn't it?
And also the wheelie chairs.
Yeah, it looks
chairs.
It looks like a conference table, doesn't it? Yeah.
Why in the world would you go for the 12 by 12 Home Depot tile in the kitchen? That's just lazy. Alright, so if gauche is what you want, gauche is what you're gonna get here, and then some. From the trippy wallpaper and carpet to the funhouse mirrors in the dining room, this house has everything you need if you're looking for a place to raise your family and really screw them up. I love how every square inch of this home is insane, except a couple of the smaller kids' rooms. It's as if the kids were trying to escape and isolate themselves from what hides just outside their doors. Number 9, Ahavath Shalom. I think I'm pronouncing that right. In the past couple decades, it's become more common for house flippers to take old churches and convert them into open concept homes. Well, apparently flippers don't discriminate, because here's a synagogue. Located in Ligonier, Indiana, the Ahavath Shalom temple was built in 1889. I know this because the temple has its own Wikipedia page, as it is a nationally registered historical site. The temple has been completely overhauled with a map.
Oh, lovely.
See, I love stuff like that.
I do as well.
I love very gothic sort of like looks, especially from the outside as well, with the churchy sort of like effects. I mean, we've talked about buying a church. Yeah. There was just so, for instance, this is something, a church came up for sale, but the only thing you couldn't do is you couldn't build anything around it or extend it. It was tiny, and it had a graveyard all the way around it. And I said, we were talking about thinking about getting it and doing a themed like barber shop or something, wasn't we? Yeah. Sort of thing. But it was things like graveyards don't bother me.
No, well, you went to view one where it was a leprosy garden.
I know, yeah. No, that bothered me a little bit. But yeah, but things like graveyards and stuff, I kind of like. It's not something I'd lose sleep over overnight. Well, hopefully you wouldn't anyway. But I like the look of that.
Yeah, I do as well.
Massive open living area and a large kitchen. Stained glass murals are visible from almost every room and every angle of the home, even the shower. Oh yeah. Nice. The home features 3 bathrooms and 3 bedrooms, one of which is a fully enclosed master, while the other 2 are open, just located on your large wraparound upper loft area.
We have a friend
if you are actually looking for an affordable home, well, good news, because the Ahavath Shalom is by far the cheapest on our list at just $275,000. Now, with all the stained glass murals, which cannot be modified due to the home's registration as a historical site, the home may be for a specific demographic, but whether you are practicing Shabbat or not, the home seems like a pretty good deal, especially considering some of the things we are about to see here in just a minute.
Seems alright, that.
Yeah,
Number 8, Blue Sky Mansion. We're moving from the small town of Ligonier, Indiana to the even smaller town of Knox, Indiana, where you won't find much, but if you have $2.4 million burning a hole in your pocket, you can find and buy this somewhat out-of-place house. This brutalist mansion measures just under 7,000 square feet, most of which is covered by a rather bold ceiling choice. Yes, if you're looking for a home that is a combination of a daycare, nursery, and Marty Wolf's mansion from Big Fat Liar, this is for you. This home features 4 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, and an indoor swimming pool. And from most of these areas, you are allowed to look up and gaze at the beautiful blue sky and fluffy white clouds. I kind of like this house in a strange way. I should be mentally evaluated for saying that. Number 7.
You think of all the places you'd put that blue sky would be above the pool.
Yeah.
And that's it, just above the pool,
Yeah.
not everywhere else,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's a
Looked
bit-
like it needed a good update from the outside.
It looks like it needs a good clean.
Yeah, yeah.
The hot tub house. We're taking a trip across the desert into Grand Junction, Colorado, where land must be expensive because this brand new construction, while measuring just a modest 2,040 square feet, sits on over an acre of land with a asking price of over $1.5 million. This house has the essentials: 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a spacious garage with this hexagonal lighting that ensures that your cars will look great from any angle. The main living area has a very open floor plan with tall ceilings, a small kitchenette with no fridge, but a metal pole. Oh no, don't turn that camera around, whatever you do, don't. Man, this whole house just feels
Playboy
off.
mansion.
Yeah.
Rooms all feel cold and too big for what they need to be, but that, ladies and gentlemen, is radical. Oh man, this is a treat. I feel sorry for the future that awaits this hot tub. This layout and this setup going on here is the kind of thing that
That's
I
a
would expect to
bachelor
see
pad.
in, say, Florida. It gives off a very swinger-intended vibe.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were into this in Grand Junction, Colorado.
I think we're one of them places where you hire it out for like bachelor parties and things of the like.
But it's like you say, it's only 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and in the centre of the kitchen is a hot
Yeah, it's
tub
a hot
and a
tub.
pole.
Yeah, yeah. Looks like one of them 3D printed built house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But there we go. Number 6, the Scholar's Castle. We had to fit at least one modern castle monstrosity on this list here, and coming in at over 14,000 square feet,
Wow.
this modern desert castle is the largest home on our list. The exterior is a interesting mix of somewhat traditional medieval
prison.
architecture, I guess, and more modern elements, and American Greek architecture. Yeah, well, this home looks like it's in the middle of nowhere. It's actually just outside of Las Vegas, which probably explains the uniqueness of what we're seeing here. Steel yourself as you exercise the mind with this giant LED chess set or a couple books from your library. Look at this. Now, I can't say for certain here, but I have a feeling the owner of this house hasn't cracked open most of these books. That is, unless the owner was Ty Lopez, then, well, maybe he'd be interested in leasing the place. You got antique guns and paintings adorning the walls everywhere, including in your own barber shop. Yes, this place truly has everything. And for just $10 million, this everything can be yours.
I'm not sure about that.
No, I don't like it.
Number 5, New Orleans Castle. Is it a house? Is it another castle? Or is it an obstacle from a miniature golf course? This medieval flood risk sits right on Lake Pontchartrain in the Bayou of Louisiana. Now, the pictures for this listing aren't great, so bear with me here. You actually get 2 properties for the price of one with this listing. First of all, you get this small stilted home. This is the only picture of it. And you get the star of the show, your very own lakefront castle.
Oh, it looks a bit like an inflatable sort of
Do you
thing
know
that's
what
been put there.
it looks like He-Man and Skeletor Castle.
Yeah, but it
by the
doesn't look
power
like it's...
of Grayskull.
To me, it doesn't look like it's been built. It looks like it's either fake or, you know, like AI, or it's like...
Yeah.
I know he's saying the quality's not great, or an inflatable one.
Yeah, or a plastic kids one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The listing says that there are 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom between the 2 structures, but all I see is 1 kitchenette and the remains of someone's long-forgotten medieval collecting hobby. The cloudy sky
weird.
ceilings make a reappearance here, and the stairs here lead up to a rooftop observation deck. While the last castle on the list was a steep $10 million, this compound is pocket change at just $500,000.
What?
I have a strange feeling you're paying a premium for a lakefront lot.
Yeah.
Number 4, the Barbie house.
Oh, yeah.
This piece of work in Hudson, Wisconsin has nothing to hide. It's pink inside and out with 7 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms throughout its 6,000 square foot layout, although the listing is a bit generous calling something like this a bedroom. I don't know why this one tight corner room is painted black while the others are painted in neon eyesore. For the theater, they also went with black, but not black paint, instead black fur. Okay, you got everything in this home from this video's second answer poll, gaudy bed frames, and plenty of inflatables for everyone to share. Surprisingly, this house has actually been on the market for a while, and the pictures have been updated over time. And if you go back in time, you can see how this Barbie virus has slowly taken over the last of this home's remaining normal. And the final remaining rooms are already showing symptoms with pink blankets and cardboard cutouts popping up here and there.
Bit weird, that.
Yeah.
So this next home is not going to be as fun to cover necessarily. It's a property where some pretty heinous crimes took place, including abuse, neglect, and some cult behavior. So if you'd rather not hear about this, you can skip this portion of the video. Number 3, the 8 Passengers House. This remote desert mansion is located in Ivins, Utah, and measures just over 10,000 square feet. It features 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, a pool with hot tub and outdoor kitchen, and high-end finishings and cabinetry throughout. This modern desert oasis also features large walk-in closets, tile showers, a massive food pantry, and a vault door that opens up into a doomsday-esque bunker. If you're getting the creeps, then you're on the right track here. This home was owned and built by Ruby Franke, a mom influencer. Those 2 words alone should send shivers down your spine. After amassing over 2 million subscribers on her family vlog YouTube channel, Ruby and her husband built this massive home which can be seen in many of their videos. It can also be seen in the police body cam raid footage of the property. Yes, as it turns out, this home wasn't a desert oasis, but instead a prison for Ruby's 6 children who were kept under harsh control. Many parts of the home can be seen on the police cam footage of the raid, and you can go watch the full breakdown of this on the Explore With Us YouTube channel, but again, I do advise you, it is pretty disturbing, so viewer discretion is advised with that one. One area in particular that you can see is the concrete basement with a safe vault door that opens up into what can only be described as a tiny bunker, almost like a prison cell, with a kitchenette, a toilet, a Murphy bed, and that's it. It is very tight quarters, and yes, the vault is locked from the outside. Otherwise, the house is pretty cool. I mean, it's also pretty expensive at just under $5 million, so if you want this home for some reason, good luck saving up for it. Again, there's a video that shows the full story of this situation with more walkthrough footage. I'll put the link in the description. Again, be warned, it is pretty disturbing. So let's move on.
Beautiful
Number 2,
house,
the terrarium time capsule. Next up is an absolute piece of work located on Sea Island on the east coast of Georgia. This might be my favorite home on the list. It's also the most expensive at $40 million, but you're getting a lot here, including 7 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms. This mansion spans over 12,000 square feet and sits on a 2.3 acre beachfront lot. There are a few things that stand out here. First of all, there's a little bit of foliage going on here. You've got plants, you've got vines, you've got palm trees, which means you're probably going to be hiring a full-time botanist and landscaper to maintain all of the greenery. This house is also extremely open to the elements, and last I checked, Georgia does not have a very dry and dormant climate, so you're also going to be hiring people to maintain the structure itself and mitigate water damage, keep bugs out, and the sorts. It's going to be a lot of salaries to pay, but if you're in the market for a house like this, it's probably not going to be a big problem. The home was also built in 1986, and it shows. The general architecture gives off 80s modernism vibes, especially with these pillars everywhere and these ceilings. It almost feels like shopping malls that were built in the 70s and 80s. Even the pool area and the art around it gives off similar vibes. This whole scene here kind of reminds me of early CGI that came out during the same time period that this house was built. It's all very geometric and interpretive. I'm pretty sure this statue here is supposed to be a woman, with the white elements contrasting the colors with the hair on top, the skirt down here, and yep. Number 1, Mr. Hollywood's house. It's about time we take a look at a goofy LA mansion. I call this Mr. Hollywood's house because this house is just...
Is it Puff Daddy's?
Yeah, a lot of baby oil.
Baby oil, yeah. Yeah. That last one there, the one just off the coast of Atlanta or wherever it was, on the east coast of Atlanta.
Georgia, was it?
Yeah, or whether it's Georgia, sorry, yeah. It's just very, it looked nice at the start, and then all of a sudden it just looks a little bit odd.
Yeah.
You know, the way it's like the more it went into it, and for 40 million, I guess if you've got 40 million to spend on a house, the cost of staffing it's not a problem neither.
Yeah, but if you're going to spend 40 million, would you want to live there?
No.
Exactly.
No.
Just like many celebrities in Hollywood. As we've discovered, many Hollywood actors, producers, and celebrities are perfect and lavish on the surface, but secretly hold some freaky side. So let's see the front of the house here. We got some concrete brutalist architecture going on. The interior is fine. It's what you'd expect from these modern minimalist hillside homes in LA. You've got white. Lots of white, black marble accent with the fireplace here, a pool with rainfall sprinklers, pretty practical, not too loud, nothing very lavish, all looks pretty good here, and there it goes. Holy smokes.
Nightclub.
Wow. So we've got themes, lots of themes. You got this galactic goon cave. That gives me the vibes of a kind of like arcade carpet. If you're more of a history buff, you can take your business to the ancient Egypt room or take it to the hot tub, which without a doubt is full of DNA, but probably not as much as this bed.
I was going to say, it looks like a brothel.
Now, I won't say what I think has happened in these rooms, but all the different themed bedrooms gives me the vibe of like those themed love hotels that you can find in Japan. Man, these patterns, you know how on buses they will upholster the seats in this very colorful pattern to hide the filth, dust, and gunk that people leave behind? Well, this frankly freak-off looking humble abode is definitely hiding some gunk and spunk. So if this looks like the perfect home for you, the current asking price is $10 million. And maybe save a couple extra dollars in case you need to hire a maid or full forensic cleanup team before you move in. Or you don't have to. That's your choice.
It was good, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well put together as well, wasn't it?
There are some freaky people around, though, isn't there?
Yeah, I guess sometimes when you've got sort of like a lot of money, you want something different, and then you get people who are very eclectic when it comes to sort of like the way they think, especially when they hire the architects to sort of like come up with something different.
Yeah.
And if you're in the the Hollywood Hills or places like where you're in a very wealthy environment anyway, for you to stand out a little bit more different from everyone else, that's what you kind of have to do.
Yeah, but there's
a little
trash
bit.
and there's trash.
Yeah, there is. I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, very plain and minimalistic. I like.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. Just something very basic and very just classy looking.
Yeah.
I think I always look at houses. I always look at like the Spanish sort of like influenced
Mediterranean type.
Mediterranean villa sort of type, and it's just looks classy. You can't go wrong with it, sort of thing. But yeah, some of them are just plain odd. The Gothic like synagogue thing looks.
Yeah,
I think that was a better one on there.
Yeah, I liked that.
Yeah, same. I quite like that. Anyway, there you go. 10 weirdest homes on Zillow.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. Hope you liked it. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Cheers.